Hey guys, I was messing around in the fishing room and decided to make a video on plastic skirts for our bass baits. We all know a lot of the stuff that we throw, bladed jigs, swim jigs, spinner baits, all the stuff comes with these plastic skirts. And over the years, I've kind of learned to only buy bass baits that have like a molded or formed pegged skirt. Some of the older versions and cheaper versions, like these spinner baits, you can see the skirt's being held on with a rubber band, and over time I just don't like that. It gets brittle, it wears out, falls apart, the skirt can move around on you. Other way is a piece of wire, which I like, works pretty well, or a rubber gasket. You can see this one has a rubber gasket. The only thing I don't like about this is you can see the skirt has slowly worked its way to the bottom. It doesn't stay flared out. And you can readjust it, but who wants to do that when you're trying to fish? So, like I said, I only buy skirts that are kind of molded, formed. They stay into place. They flare out real nicely. You'll probably lose the bait before you ever have trouble with the skirt on these ones. So, I highly recommend buying something that's molded or formed. But these other ones are fixable. You could take a piece of wire and reattach the skirt. Or there's also some pretty cool stuff you can do with this leftover material. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Actually, go ahead and just cut the rubber band, take the skirt off, zip tie or bundle it up to keep it and hold it into place. And then what I do is take the jig or lure or whatever I'm trying to reattach the skirt to, grab some type of stout matching wire, wrap it around, flare out the skirt, and just tighten it down with the wire. And it actually works pretty good to reattach the skirts to existing lures that you have. It flares out pretty good. It looks good. You can see I just retied on a spinnerbait here. So, here. Like I said, you can go ahead and just reattach it with a piece of wire to the lure that it came off of. I've actually used some here to tie up some legs on these little poppin' frog flies that I tie up. But probably the coolest thing that I've learned to do with it is to take some of your creature baits that don't have legs, you want to add more legs to, and you can take some of the skirt material and take a line threader and simply just push it through side of the bait where you want to add the legs. Take some of the skirt material, as many as you want, whatever color you want, pull it back through the bait, kind of position it where you want it, trim it down to size, and you can actually add some pretty cool legs to your creature baits. This one right here, as you can see, turned out pretty good. Another thing I like to do is if I'm trying to replace a skirt on something small like this little buzzbait right here, you can actually take these preformed skirts that come for bullet weights and actually replace the skirt on stuff like this little buzzbait here. And it actually works out quite well. Of course, after that, just trim it down to size. So, there's a couple little tricks I like to use my skirt material for. Hope that helps you guys out, and good luck out on the water.